Hello everyone, welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick. So if you are new to my channel, please click that subscribe bell so that you don't miss out on any of my tutorials. Like, comment, and share my video. So today I have a quick little fun video of a stamp set that was the very first thing I purchased. You have seen me do the little polar bear, but there's this moose down here that is calling my name, and you knew I could not get through another Christmas without doing a moose. It comes with dies and the stamp set. Let me show you. This is on page 43 of our mini catalog. It's called Stampin' Friends. Isn't he cute? It does come with the dies that go with that, and if you purchase them together, you do save 10% off. So let's get started with this. Let's start off with a pool party card base. So let me bring out my trimmer and we'll cut this down. And then I need a piece of Summer Splash, and while I have this out here, I am going to cut that at, let's see, that has a little divot on that side, so let's go 3 by 4 1/4, so 4 1/4, and then let me cut this down to about a 1/2 inch here, because we're gonna do, I'm going to make a little, we're going to do a little embossing. Boy, that was hard to come up with. Oh, I put this away before I got done with cutting a piece of DSP. So I want to use the Pool Party DSP, and I'm going to cut this. Let's see if I can get it out of this. 2 3/4. Yeah, I can. Perfect. 2 3/4 by 4. Great. And this is from the Subtle 6x6 DSP, and I used the Pool Party. And I figured this had kind of like almost like a snowflake feel to it. I know it doesn't, it circles, but use your imagination. You can use whichever one you want. So let's go ahead and adhere these together. Ooh, I've got some sticky glue buildup. I was doing a lot of stamping this weekend. I was so far behind with my Christmas card making that I had to do a bit to make up for it. So let's take this, and then we'll put this right down on that mat. I love the contrast of the Pool Party and the Summer Splash. Okay, give that a good press. And then let's do our card base here. Where is my... I have a mysteriously missing bone folder at the moment, so I will burnish it down with my... Now, where would that be? I put my bone folder in the same place. Do you guys do that? I swear the older I'm getting, the more I'm noticing that I'm doing that. Okay, and then I just have a scrap piece of basic white, and I am going to take Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and I'm going to ink up my moose. Okay, I just realized I was stamping that on the mat and I don't need it. And then While we're here, I have, we're going to do a little embossing, and I'm going to take that little piece and use my Emboss Buddy, and then I'm going to grab in some Versamark ink, and let me find my white emboss powder here. Here we go. This is the new Wow emboss powder. I really like it. If you guys haven't tried it, I like it because it's bright white. So I'm just gonna stamp that down. Ugh, I can do a better job than that. Let's try it again. And I'm going to actually stand to make sure I get this centered better. Okay. And then, so I got rid of all my old emboss powder. It was starting to go old anyway, but it totally was losing its ability. And I bought the new stuff, which is the opaque bright white. Love it. Okay, let's go ahead and put some on here. There we go. I think I got that covered. Once it's all out of that, I'll just leave it in there and use my embossing. I want to find my, where are my tools today? Here we go. I'm going to just get this heat tool heated up. Oh, didn't take long at all. This is still my favorite technique of all techniques. There we go. Can you see the magic? Oh, I still love it. Okay, we're going to let that dry a moment. Then, in that set, there is this large circle die. And I want to take this die and I want to adhere this right on to my matte piece. And I don't want to go all the way off the edge because I am going to put this kind of in the center and upper. There we go. And then I will just cut off this little excess piece. Here. Like I said, I was doing a lot of card making, so just going to flip it over since I'm right-handed so I can just follow that right up the edge. Okay, so I get that cut off. And then let's adhere this right down to the center of our card base. And then we'll have our background kind of finished up. And let's have some fun coloring. I love the look that gives to a card to have, whoops, I moved that. There we go. To have that cut off, that little extra detail. See, it's a little higher up than it is down here. That was on purpose. Let's do a little coloring. So we have our moose image. Oh, he's so stinking cute. So let's start with him. I have chosen the pecan pie. I've got the light and the dark. And my favorite way to do this is to follow what Stampin' Up! Has here as far as these lines, because that's where the dark parts are going to hit. So like on his back here, I'm just going to take this right here, come out just a little bit. Now I'm going to use the light. I'm going to go right over that and just do some circle lines to kind of blend that all in. Now, as you're working with blends, stay away from the black lines. And also, I mean, like, I get up to it, but then I pull away really quick. Work in some circles. I think that works the best. Now you're going to have darker and lighter. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not. But also move it around as you go, because the moving is what is going to give you the ability to follow those lines. Go right back into what we did about halfway. Follow these lines without going into them. See how I'm turning this as I go? Because I do want to go right up into those. But I want it to be, I'm right-handed, so my angle is going to be like this. So I want to follow this angle with this mousse as I'm going, so that I'm not trying to work in angles that I am uncomfortable with. Now go right into those, because those are just the black little lines of his, and I'm going to do some feather marks here on the edge. The lines of the scarf. Again, going with the dark under here, underneath his cheek and jaw, a little bit darker. And then coming in here, now his ear is going to be all one color. That's a lot of detail for me to try to get in there. So, but then I'm going to come back in about halfway of where I did that darkening and blend that line out, blend that color, keeping my hand and my image moving so that I can hit all the areas and I'm working at an angle that is comfortable to my hand. I'm not trying to go against my hand. There we go. Pretty good, right? Okay, this is the light. And this is the dark. Okay, that was pecan pie. Now, I'm going to use the ivory. I think the ivory makes a really good bone. And for his horns, I am going to use the ivory. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to move, because there's a lot of lines to try to move this way, and my hand doesn't move this way. So when I come around, I'm going to come around so that this part, and I try to work fast because the alcohol marker will spread. So I get up to the edge, but not going over it. I can always go more too. And this will dry just a hair lighter. Now I moved it around so that I can get into all of these circled areas. Now, once this dries a little bit, if you want to go back with the same color, it is going to give a little darkening up by the lines there. I'm going to use this also for his snout. I used to live in Alaska, and there were plenty of moose to be seen, but my favorite one, and the one that gave me the most thrill on this, was one that this is Light Pool Party. I'm going to keep going while I tell you this. They would come in and bed down. I lived in a place called, I'm not even lying about this, there is a place called North Pole, Alaska, and I lived in North Pole, Alaska. And it's a little bitty town. Of course, it's been 30 some years since I've been there, so I don't know how big it is now, but it was a little bitty town. Very, very, very cute. They left Christmas decorations up all year round. And it was the home of Santa Claus. And so people would come to see Santa Claus's house. And we lived, I think we lived on 9th Street, 8th Street, 9th Street, something like that. But it was right off of like Snowman Lane, or, I mean, they all had all these Christmas sounds to them. It was so stinking cute. And I lived there for about 3 years. I'm going to go ahead, while I've done his skates, I'm going to go ahead and continue on with his scarf here. And it was absolutely, really an adorable place to live. But the moose would come and bed down up by the buildings for warmth in the winter, especially when it was like 30 below, 40 below. They would, and yes, it did get oh, this one goes right up behind his neck. Okay. And they would come and bed down. This is Light Poppy Parade. And we lived in a three floor apartment, and we were on the 2nd floor. And so one morning, this was back in our extremely poor days, we were, it was cold, and I was flash freeze drying. The things that I share on here are laundry, and I was going out to get the laundry off of the balcony, and I heard this sound, and it was, I can't even describe it. I hope you are sitting at home laughing. But I was getting the, and I was looking at what that sound was. I was getting the laundry off, and I was looking at what that sound was. And there was a moose standing up. It had bed down by the apartment building in between the balconies, between the balcony on the end and our balcony. And it had bed down there for warmth to get out of the wind. And it was the morning, and I was getting up to get the laundry, and he got up, and I'm assuming it's a he. I guess I didn't pay attention because I was running in the house, but his head was at my feet, and he was going, as he was raising. I suppose I startled him just as much as he startled me. Now, he's got tops of his socks here, and I'm going to use the very, very fine end here. This takes kind of a steady hand. You don't have to do this, of course, but I'm going to. Anyway, he stood up. I ran into the apartment, was a bit terrified. I knew that, oh, so cute. I see one little spot I missed over here. That moose could attack if they felt threatened. So that's why I had run in. Isn't he adorable? Oh my gosh, he's so stinking cute. Anyway, we saw so many of them when we lived up there. It was kind of a normal occurrence. And this is, by the way, dark smoky slate. And I'm just going to do his blades here on his skates. It was so much fun to live up there. I mean, glad I did it when I was younger. I can't hardly handle the cold now. Okay, there we go. There he is. So adorable. Okay, there's a die that comes with this. So let me grab that die. Let's see if this has any sticky left on it. And we'll go ahead and run him through the die cut machine. Oh, the adventures of Alaska. It was a good time. It really, truly was. Let me grab the plates. So you've got 1, 2, and 3, and 2 acrylics, and the number 1 base plate, 2 2s. And we're going to run this through. I would say that if anyone has a chance to get to Alaska, definitely go. It is worth the trip. 100%. It was probably the most beautiful place that I've ever lived. It was also one of the hardest winters I've ever had to go through. But I have ever since had an affection for moose. Or do you say meese? No, that would be mice, right? Mice, meese? I don't know. Moose? Mooses? Moose. I think that's plural enough. Okay, so now when you cut stuff out on white and you have that little white lip, if you place it on something like this that has a white background, it doesn't show up as much, and I love that. So I love to do stuff like this. Isn't this card coming along cute? It's adorable. I do say stinking cute. And I think I'm going to use a couple of mini dimensionals on the horns. Now, moose are weird because they are big like a cow, but there we go. Let's put it down, just kind of coming off that edge a little bit. Let's take our words here and let's cut this down a little bit. Happy holidays, and I want to go a little bit shorter there, and I want to take those and turn those upside down. Let's kind of have this like maybe happy holidays. And then for fun, the 2024-2026 In Color Shimmer Gems. Oops. And our Take Your Pick tool. And we can do, let's do one here. Let's do a, there we go. One there. And one there, one there. I think I'll go there. No, I'll go here. Yeah. Here or here? I can't tell. They're both good. Okay. Isn't that cute? Such a sweet, simple card. The layout is very easy. I'll get those measurements to you. If you haven't heard or you're new to me, I will put in the description box a link to sign up for my email. So that will give you this video that you're watching now. It will give you a supply list of all the supplies that I use, the dimensions, all listed out in this email, plus a photo of the card so that you can refer back to it if you're making it. Now, be sure to subscribe. Click that little bell that's right there on YouTube so that you can get any of my uploaded videos. Sign up for that email. And I have something else. I am giving 100% of my profits for this month of each sale to be donated to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. So everything this month that I make in profit will go to Tunnel to Towers. So you are not only supporting me, but you're also going to be supporting our men and women in uniform. So if that is something that you are extra excited about, this is a great time to go ahead and donate, and those profits will go to that charity. So thank you so much. You can find a link to how to get to my online store in the description here in this video. If your order is under $150, please use this host code. They'll ask you at the end of checkout if there's a host code, and that's where you put that in. I appreciate it very much. Have a great week, and we will see you this week, 7 p.m. on Wednesday for a Facebook Live video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.